Exiting standby mode. Sorry, I am not trying to ignore you. It just takes some time to get my systems back up and running. Now that's rare. People wanting me to start a conversation is a rather infrequent occurrence. After all, in most cases, this would just mean falling into an uncomfortable silence, like this. Saying something requires first listening, then analyzing, constructing your idea, and finally speaking out loud. A back-and-forth conversation would require me to go through all the steps very efficiently. I've always found it quite taxing. Also, is it not true some people prefer to chat with someone who listens more than they talk? If you ever have something to vent about, feel free to come and confide in me. I have a lot of experience in comforting others and calming things down. Also, you can rest assured that your secrets will always be safe with me. Exiting standby mode. If that isn't an option, then I can't really think of anything else to do. Would you like a cup of tea? I can go make one for you. It's no trouble. For me, making tea is a truly enjoyable activity. I make tea for everyone whenever Linny receives a guest. Selecting the best tea leaves, testing the water temperature, and observing the steam as it rises from the water's surface. I very much enjoy the whole process. Only with absolute concentration can you brew the perfect cup of tea. Also, no one would drag me into a conversation when I'm busy making tea. And once the tea is ready, as long as you sit there holding the cup and maintain the appearance of sipping your tea in peace, nobody will try to talk to you. I was kidding. Was that surprising? I can crack jokes every now and then too. I just rarely see the need. But I really do enjoy brewing and drinking tea. I'm able to taste even the most subtle differences in flavor. Considering all the places you've visited, you must have tried many different flavors during your journey. You want to try one of my brews next time you're free? I'd love to hear your thoughts on it.
Hey there. I sure get to see a whole lot of new things traveling with you. I gotta say, I'd love to watch Silence try and wrap his head around this, teapot of yours. If you're asking whether it's a comfortable place to stay, I mean, sure. Of course it is. But, I couldn't really see myself living here for the long term. Sorry. No, nothing's wrong at all. Everything's great. Very charming. It's just that I'm more used to camping out in the wilds. I'm sure you know by now. Back where I'm from, not a day goes by without something to watch out for. Like giant machines running around all over the place, or hostile tribes that always seem to have it out for you, or evil machines bent on global extinction. To go from a life like that to something so safe, it'll take me some time to adjust, that's all. Hey there. I gotta say, if you're asking whether but I couldn't really see myself living here for the long term. Sorry. Yes, don't get me wrong, this is a nice place, but I need to get out. If I stick around here too long, my bowstring's gonna snap. Next time we head out, I want you to give me the full story on these ruin guards I hear you talking about. They sound like my kind of prey. Aim for the glowing part, right? That, plus after you defeat them, you can salvage their components. Strange components, sure, and probably not the kind I could use to modify my gear. Still, they've gotta have their uses, I guess. Hey there. I sure get to see a whole lot of new things. I gotta say, Good morning. The coast looks clear. Don't forget to come get me before you head out. Hey there. I gotta say... Sure. Something new to share with me? You know, I've heard a lot of stories about you since arriving in this world. For example, the time that you helped the knights from Mondstadt to defeat a dragon. And the time that you teamed up with the Adepti in the Yue to defeat an ancient god from the ocean. Gods and dragons. Can't believe they really exist here. But whatever the crisis may be, you always step forward and join up with those who want to fight back, don't you? It's because of people like you that both cities were able to survive and prevail. If that's what you call a small contribution, I think it might take saving the whole world to count as a major one. Seriously though, if the world ever does need saving, bring me with you. I've saved a world once before. I might be able to give you some pointers. Yeah, that's right. Trying to save the world when you can't stop thinking about food is pretty tough. The end of the world deserves your full undivided attention. Seriously though, trying to save the world is exhausting, especially when you're not even sure who's trying to end it. The worst part is, once you find out who's responsible, they're always so full of themselves, making out like you're the one in the wrong. You can't reason with them. It always comes down to a fight. I guess that's just the way it is. Hey there. I gotta say... Sure. You know, I've heard for example, and the time that you teamed gods and dragons. But whatever the crisis may be, you always... It's because of people like you that both... If that's what you call... Seriously though, I've saved a world once before. I might be able to give you some pointers. Maybe. But sometimes you need to take the world on your shoulders in order to save it. Seriously though, trying to save the world is exhausting, especially when you're not even sure who's trying to end it. The worst part is, once you find out who's responsible, they're always so full of themselves, making out like you're the one in the wrong. You can't reason with them. It always comes down to a fight. I guess that's just the way it is.